Hello Aries, welcome to my channel Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have the Aries gang out there with me on YouTube today for your Lil Sips mini love tarot reading. Again, I'm the Intuitive Teacup. My name's Annie. Happy to have you all out there. So let's do an energy check, a temperature check for whoever Aries is thinking about, Aries person. So if you don't currently have a person, you know, you're welcome to tag along and see if maybe this resonates for you in the future. 10 of Pentacles, beautiful. Love starting off strong with that. But yeah, this is going to be checking in on that person you're thinking about. So again, you need to be the Sherlock Holmes to determine what energy is yours, what messages you're going to take away today. Highly recommend you take away messages that resonate, that fit your circumstance or scenario. Everything else, feel free to release. You could always put it on a shelf and revisit it later. It might make sense at a later date. But yeah, if anything feels foreign or strange, don't take away those messages today. Assume it's going out to someone else who needs to hear it, okay? Everything else about this video will be down in the description box below, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram, as well as .com. Hit me up if you want to book a personal. Other than that, we're going to hop in for Aries looking for messages of love with their person. Let's get one more card and we'll hop in for those messages. One more card, Aries action. For Aries, one more card, please. You got the Peter Pan card. Yay! Maybe that's someone's name. Peter Pan. All right, I'm just being a nerd over here. Okay, let's hop in. So your person's energy, 10 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. So making it rain, particularly if they were in a spot where money was very tight. If they couldn't afford to go out, if they couldn't afford to do this, they couldn't afford to date you, essentially. It could indicate, I mean, to be honest, this could go either way. It could be if they were overspending, the universe may usher in a divine blessing of wisdom to make them realize that money is fleeting, money is an energy, it's constantly coming and going, but it could be the opposite. And I mean, you'll know instantly. If you know that your person is struggling financially, this is probably saying that there's something good coming in for them. It doesn't mean winning the mega bucks, right? But there could be an opportunity that they could take advantage of that could be quite lucrative. So that's beautiful. It could also be saying that you guys are, if you're together investing in something big like a vacation or, I don't know, a wedding or something that has a hefty price tag, a car. It could be that you are moving forward with that major expenditure or expense. And so as you proceed forward, money is going to be tight. But I don't know, something about that, it's not, again, it will fluctuate. It's not going to last forever. So if you're worried about money, it is in flux. It's going to change, but it's not going to be bad for a long period of time. Something about this could involve a Scorpio or a Capricorn specifically. So you do have a Tower. So that gives me a little bit of pause. So yes, specifically with work. Okay, so I am going to put it out there, right? I don't like to do fear-based readings, but you know, I'm here to be very honest and truthful with you. This could indicate losing a job. Again, it's not going to be everyone's stories. There are hundreds of energies of Aries I'm connecting with, but if you go from 10 to some sort of divine cycle to the Miser card, which is holding on because you're worried or you're nervous, even so, the 4 is a comfort zone. It's not indicating lack. It's not the 5 of Pentacles. You know, potentially you're going into that, but it's indicating it's tight. Like it's, in a sense, it's comfortable in that you have enough to get by, but you're a little bit strapped for cash or you're a little bit worried about it. You're worried about like the future outcome of it. And that in itself is kind of presenting as a message. Then when you add the Tower and the 8 of Pentacles to it, this is like the worker's card, the artisan, the apprentice, the internship. Something about that may come to like a screeching halt or an end, in which frequently with the Tower, it's unexpected, it's unforeseen, or maybe intuitively you were feeling it, Aries, you are very intuitive. We have to remember that while the Tower energy can be uncomfortable, it does actually in the long term promote spiritual growth. So this could be helping to usher in a new cycle in your life because maybe you were stuck at a dead-end job that you really didn't enjoy, but it paid the bills. It could be that this new cycle is ushering change, potentially in an uncomfortable way, that's actually going to allow you to go after that dream job that I have to say would be financially abundant. This doesn't feel like the struggling artist type energy. You know what I mean? So let's keep going. That's coming up in your person's energy. That could certainly have to do with you, Aries. Something about a Sagittarius might be important here too. Some of you, it's car payments. You keep putting way too much money into your car if it's constantly breaking down. So it's saying you need to start researching how to get out of the money pit, the financial suck or the drain. Yeah, you need to seek out knowledge or information on how to dig yourself out of a financial hole. And again, you'll know if that's your message. Yeah, this is about manifesting a new beginning. So again, while at first sight you're like, oh my God, the Tower card, can't we just keep everything the way it is? Well, no. If I'm just being honest with you, no, because life is all about change. But also the Magician is saying, like, you're a damn wizard. You're gonna manifest a new beginning, and it's time to focus on positive changes, areas in which you do seek growth and development as a spiritual human being. Yeah, because I mean, any foreign tarot, it's the comfort zone, and especially the Four of Pentacles. It's indicating nothing's going to change. You can't reach out a hand. You can't accept any new blessings because you got your hands full. So something in this needs to change, but you are headed towards like a new beginning. Some of you may have put a lot of money into your education or your career, and it could be that you're searching for a job, but you haven't landed one yet. Especially any like scientists working in a lab. It could be a medical profession, a doctor or nurse, or even a teacher, a professor standing up in front of a group and delivering messages or speeches, lectures, lessons. Ironically, those are some of the jobs that we so frequently consider like, oh, it's, they're always going to need nurses. They're always going to need teachers. You might be struggling to find a job, and maybe that in itself is like, this could be your crippling anxiety. Like, why can't I find a job? I have this degree, and something good is coming in for you. So really spend time with your faith, with your religion, with your spirituality, because it could be that you manifest a position that maybe doesn't come with the price tag you wanted, or it may not have the exact title. It could be more of a work your way up in the company, but first you have to prove your skills and abilities. That could potentially really lead to happiness. Yeah, you have King of Cups coming in, so that is going to be a very positive route for you. Don't judge, or don't immediately jump to a conclusion or judge something too harshly. If you land an interview, but it was like I just applied to that kind of because I felt like I had to. If you land the interview, I would still do the Skype call, or I would still go on the interview, because there might be something, pardon the cheesiness, but like something magical about that opportunity that you might not see it clearly at first. It's something that it's like when you lift the curtain, it becomes more apparent to you. So what does this have to do with love? Why are we getting all these messages about your career? Clearly that's impacting your love life in some capacity, or your person's love life. So let's see. Ace of Inspiration. You may be catching feelings for a new earth sign, or you're waiting for an offer from someone who might be married, actually. Again, that's only for one or two of you, but you will certainly know if that's your story. You may have your eyes set on someone who is married, or if they're not married, they may have children. They may be in another relationship in which there were children involved, and so there could be like a step-parent type situation going on here. You are thinking about your financial choices right now. You're being very frugal, I believe is the term. And you do have your eyes set on the prize, but yeah, more so than relationships right now, you're focused on your career, potentially something artistic. You may be at a crossroads in terms of making a decision regarding your career to do something more traditional versus something a little bit more non-traditional, something a little bit more like artistic or creative, or not to say that isn't necessarily non-traditional this day and age, but I think you understand what I mean when I was contrasting with like teacher, nurse, firefighter, policeman. Like this would be something that has it's a little more complicated than just slapping a title on it. It's like, well, I do this, but I also kind of do this. Like, do you know what I mean? There's something kind of free-spirited about what you do. It may even involve nature or gardening. And travel. Some of you are thinking about moving away from your home or your house. It could be potentially moving away from your person, whether that's a husband, a wife, a significant other. I get this message for you every time, Aries. It's so funny. Something about the cat, like the kitty cat. It's like you might be moving away, but you can bring your cat with you. I guess a lot of Aries out there. And I mean, that actually makes sense because you are the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is typically always shown with a little black cat. And it's not even the Queen of Wands. You see that? You get little kitty cats in your readings all the time. Sometimes the black cat can represent the idea of your spirit guides checking in on you. There's a deck I have, and it references the familiar. So it's something about the idea when you see, specifically, I think it is black cats. It's the idea of your ancestors or your spirits taking on different forms to visit you, to check in. And it's very positive. Like, it's not something to fear. Some of you may have a very strong connection with faith and source and spirituality. And in a way, I'm sort of taking that as like a nod to them, encouraging you to go down this new path that maybe you're a little bit indecisive, but universe, spirit, your ancestors, everybody up there on the 5D, right? They want you to grow and develop. They don't want you to be stuck or stagnant. They don't want you to be unhappy, right? So, I mean, within reason, you should absolutely pursue whatever it is that makes your heart flutter, right? Whatever specifically work that you want to do. Some of you are nearing the end of specifically a career in one field and trying to transition to the other. And it could be that with the whole quarantine thing, it's giving you more time to devote to your actual passion. And so you may be in a place in the coming weeks or months where you're able to transition, Wheel of Fortune, change, movement forward on something that you've really been sharpening your skill at. You essentially have, maybe in your own house in quarantine, you've done the internship of learning more knowledge about, again, maybe an artistic or a creative skill, and now you're ready to put it out for the world to see. You're ready to promote yourself. You're putting resumes out there. You're posting your business on social media. You're trying to accumulate more clients or vendors. You're advocating for yourself. And I love this depiction of the Seven of Wands because even if it has been a struggle, he doesn't make it look like it. He makes it look, he's very confident, right? Kind of Peter Pan. He just flies right up, right? And I love the metaphor coming through here for you. The idea of pixie dust, it makes you fly in the Peter Pan story or movie, book, however you want to say it. Think happy thoughts. That's exactly what this is. Manifest the positivity, the optimism, what it is that you want. Don't be in a lack state or a constantly questioning yourself or detracting from all the positive things you want to do. Don't jump to negative conclusions, or don't choose to view it obstacles. View it as a challenge for you to overcome. Does that make sense? Keep your vibe high, because you have very strong cards coming up. King of Water, King of Cups, King of Emotions. I love that. Again, something about a Scorpio. It could also be a Cancer or a Pisces. You have a little bit of Sagittarius energy here too. That might be strong in your chart. Let's throw one more on this. I'm really sorry. I know this isn't really a romance spread, and all I have to say is that I can only relay the messages that are coming through here. So I'll try and get some more clarity for you with these cards, but something about your career is really overpowering the reading here. So yeah, there could be a potential new interest with an earth sign that's been messaging you or will be messaging you. You could be flying to see a fire sign, another Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. Really, though, this has to do with traveling for your job, for your career. It may involve you to get on an airplane and take flight to go see something. Yeah, there's a water sign potentially that feels like a missed opportunity with you. They look back on the past and regret not giving you enough of their time or their attention, or vice versa. You potentially still think about them too, but it's almost like you lost me. There was a chance for you to have me, and I don't think that's your main priority, but I do sense that there's a longing from a water sign in your area, potentially a Pisces. Or a Cancer that, and maybe that's your Scorpio. You have different cards with Scorpio too. There's a water sign that is longing after you and having sort of regret, a little bit of heavy-heartedness and sadness. If they were to reach out, I think you would maybe consider it. And again, this message could go vice versa. It could be you longing for the water sign, but you would consider it, but you're not sure if it's the right fit for you at this point in your life. That's sort of what I get with that. You have your eyes set on a Leo or vice versa. A Leo may be, I don't know why I'm being called to say this, swimming to you. So I don't know if you would be meeting up with a Leo at some body of water, the ocean, the lake, a pond. I don't know if maybe you're making love in the water. I don't know. Maybe you're going skinny dipping. Something about a Leo is wanting to swim into you, and maybe that's a metaphor for something, right? But yeah, interesting. Your Leo is very determined to get to you, but again, they're questioning if you would open up the channel of communication to them. So, and I think that's because you are determined to make some strides in your career right now, and I think that's great. I think you have good things coming in. So yeah, sometimes it's okay for love to be put on the back burner, especially if that's what you're being called to do, especially with your spirit guides, right? that little black cat watching over you, that means something to someone out there. And maybe the person you're in love with has a black cat, right? Maybe it's probably coming up for a reason. So anyway, Aries, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.